Hi, I am Matty O.
And I'm Justine.
And we're My Morning Hangover. Today we're going to talk about the typical things, birthdays, movies, news, TV shows, and the author of the week.
Yeah.
Your typical morning hangover, fun guy stuff. We are coming back to you.
Guy stuff. Last time I checked, I have breasts and vagina, so it's not just guy stuff.
She's right.
Sexist. That's what you are.
But we're coming back to you a little bit late. I missed on Tuesday.
Yup. Your fault. No, it's totally
But I will
fault.
take the blame because I'm a man and I'm willing to accept when somebody made a mistake.
You trying to say women are always in denial? And
Maybe.
that they're always trying to flip the script?
So, the birthdays of the week is Fantasia. She is 27. And she is...
What?
I have no idea. Never heard of her.
She's an R&B singer. I thought he was going to ask me what else she's done.
Yeah,
She also had a Lifetime movie.
Lifetime movies?
Yeah, they made a story about her life. And she was on American Idol. She was a contestant. I can't remember which season it was because I don't keep up with American Idol. I'm not interested in that show anymore.
I should retract the man statement, I guess.
Too late.
Michael Phelps is 26.
Yeah! He's like a human dolphin.
He's going to get beat, actually. Apparently, all of his records are about to be taken with the next Olympics.
Oh, no.
That's what they're saying. And the new guy's going to take them all and put them down. And then we have Mike Tyson.
Yes, that crazy bastard that we all love.
45 years old. He raped some woman, and
oh my gosh,
he's done his time.
Why did you even bring that up?
Because he has.
But we don't need to rehash that.
Personally,
you know?
this is my favorite news of Mike Tyson. Let's get to the story. 16-year-old girl he's going out with in England. He's like 40 at the time. In love with her. Deeply in love. Throwing money at her left and right. She says, I'm leaving you. He's like, please, I'll give you more money. And she left him anyway. 16-year-old girl left his butt behind.
Was that really worth telling?
I thought so.
I just think you want to run this man's name through the mud, and damn it, it's wrong! He's paid his dues. Let him move on.
Yeah.
I liked him in Hangover 1 and 2.
Next
nice
thing we're
surprise.
going to talk about is Quentin Tarantino.
This is definitely my favorite story of the week. I just read this morning on D-Listed via Gawker. I don't know if you guys know Gawker. It's a blog, gawker.com. Somebody wrote in to about Quentin Tarantino, about a night they spent with him that involved some escapades. Instead of actually sleeping with Quentin, what happened was he pleasured himself while sucking on this girl's toes.
So not only does his movies suck, he
his
sucks
movies
too.
don't suck. Come on. I love Quentin Tarantino, but with a guy that has that type of imagination and with the movies he makes, you know something's not
Since he doesn't
totally
know how
right
to
with
put a
him
movie
anyway.
together, he just decided not to. Tell the American public, oh, you're really smart, so you can think how it puts together. But the American public is stupid, and he is too.
Are you calling me stupid?
Yes. Alright, the next story of the day is the New York.
When the camera stops rolling, you will feel the pain.
Feel the pain.
Yes. In your testicles, more than likely. You don't need them anyway. I don't use them much.
Alright, let's talk about gay marriage, because we're
Yay,
supposed to
New
be happy people.
York! Go New York. So glad for New York. Now same-sex couples will be able to get married in New York, and it will be recognized.
Is it marriage, or is it like...
No, it's going to be marriage, not the same-sex union like it is with...
Is there really a
places.
difference?
Well, there is, I guess, as far as if you want to talk about what they can have access to. Instead of just saying, okay, this is my partner, you could say, this is my spouse.
Or my husband?
Right, there's actual paper involved, and hey, bam.
Is there a wife involved if it's two men?
I guess that depends on who
If
you
you've
ask.
seen Modern Family, there's like the husband and it's the wife of the gay couple.
Right.
And the wife doesn't want to admit he's the wife. He wants to be the man, but he's not. He's like the wife. He's the one that stays home with the kid. He takes the kid to like the park and does all the wife things, apparently.
Right.
So on Mother's Day, he got a card and candles, and he's so mad. It's absolutely hysterical.
Well, the good thing about this is, of course, New York is not the first state to have the same-sex marriage going on. There's, I think, Connecticut, Vermont, some other New England place. I'm not really sure. But the fact that New York is recognized this means it's not going to be too long before a bunch of other states recognize it as well. I wouldn't be surprised if within the next 2 years the whole East Coast,
Yeah, New York is the leader and everybody follows the leader.
Exactly. That's what it's all about. Let's face it. New York, come on. They set the tone for things.
Well, we do have some TV shows to talk about with you today, and one of them is Drag You.
Yay!
Which, if you bisexual and lesbians and gay guys out there really love,
you can be straight and watch this show. There's straight people on this show. Okay, don't be confused by that.
Okay.
This is what the difference is between Drag Race and Drag You. You have contestants that were on Drag Race.
I thought they were the same show.
This is what Drag You is about.
Two different shows all these times.
Yes, Drag Race and Drag You are different.
Wow, it's like The Voice
RuPaul
and American Idol.
is on both of them. Okay, that's where the sameness is, and there are drag queens on it. But on Drag You, they're helping women, straight women, to improve themselves. The drag queens come in and they help the straight women to get themselves back to being fabulous. That's what Drag You is about. That's why it's called Drag You, because it's like they're going back to school and they're trying to learn how to find their sexy and rediscover the more sexy and subtle sides about themselves so that they can maybe have a better marriage or have better self-esteem and basically improve their lives all around. So that's where RuPaul comes in and even Lady Bunny.
It's called Stop Wearing Sweatpants and Put Some Effing Makeup On, alright, ladies?
Well, you know what? It's easy for you to say that when you're a man, especially if you're not a mother. It's tiring being a mom. I'm a mom, so I know what it's about.
I got my button-up shirt on. It makes me look fat, but yeah, I got it. I'm a man. I still do this. All men do. We don't walk around with sweatpants with no makeup on. Okay, we don't wear makeup, but that's because we look good anyway.
Some men wear makeup.
That's because they're disgusting. We let the stubble grow out a little bit, and then we're fine.
If you wore makeup, I would not judge you, Matt. I'd say, you know what? Be who you are.
Yes, you would.
And I'd give you a big hug.
And she'd probably throw me a little contestant thing for Drag You or Drag Racing or whatever the hell it's called. Anyway.
There's a difference between dressing up like a woman and being a drag queen. Big difference, actually, whether people know it or not.
Yes, if you want to dress up like a woman and not be a drag queen, I suggest reading a story called Pantaloons on My Morning Story.
Oh, awesome story. Hilarious.
But the next thing we're going to talk about is movies.
Yeah.
I've seen a movie. Have you seen a movie? Because I've seen a movie. The first movie we're going to talk about is... What is it called? Soylent Green?
Soylent Green. It actually came out in 1973, and it's set in the year 2022. And basically, the world, it's like a wasteland.
You were inspired to watch this movie by a man on our website, Running Bean.
Yes. I have a secret love for him. Now he knows. It's not a secret anymore. Ugh.
You gave it away.
Yeah, I know. It's okay, though.
Tell me about Soylent.
Soylent Green, like I said, it's set in the future. It's supposed to be set in 2022. Now, mind you, this movie was, it came out in 1973. Got it on Netflix. Add it to your Netflix queue. I know you have Netflix. If you don't, just choke yourself a little bit right now because you should have that. Anyway, it's set in the future. It's a sci-fi action movie. And it has to deal with the current situation of Earth where people aren't even really eating real food anymore. You're either poor or you're rich in this movie. So if you're poor, you're probably laying on the street, sleeping around, or you're just not, you don't have it that good, okay? And the food they eat is not even, we talk about processed food now, like frozen stuff and Hot Pockets, but their processed food, it's really processed food, okay? Everything looks like crackers, pretty much.
If you can
and they're all different colors.
If you can visualize Demolition Man's food from Taco Bell, I have an idea it might look something like that. Right.
It's not, there's no vegetables anymore. There's no cheeseburgers and all that. Things are just, they're all condensed into like a little cracker looking thing. That's what your food is. That's where all your nutrients and stuff is going at.
But it's
unless you're rich, then you have access to get probably some real foods, but basically there's no more animals, there's no vegetation. It's like dead. It's like dead, baby. Pretty much.
It's an awesome story, awesome movie, and Justine really liked it, so I'm going to be checking it out. I hope you do, too.
It's scary. One of the reasons I liked it was because it seemed realistic, like, oh my gosh, this is probably really going to happen to us if we don't slow down and start conserving more and, really possessing what we have.
But what's really going to happen to us is the Green Lantern story, where we're going to need to protect ourselves, and we're going to get that little green ring, go up into some alien world, and become super awesome powerful, and then beat the bad guy.
I'd rather have a mood ring. Because, green clashes sometimes.
I just want to say, not knowing the backstory to Green Lantern made the story freaking awesome. Because it's an awesome backstory. It's like the one freaking comic strip book that's come out, that's made a movie out of it, where, like, half of the movie was not action, and you're still like, oh my god, this is awesome, because, like, just flying through, like, different planets, and he's, like, learning how to use the costume, and he's a great actor as it is anyway, and Justine thinks he's smoking, so.
Oh my gosh, just take your shirt off, Ryan, and I'm fine. But what I was going to ask you was, since you mentioned that about the comic book stuff, so people that are true fans of Green Lantern, that have read the comics...
He's not black. They won't even watch the movie.
I know! Now, I was kind of pissed about that, okay? Why wasn't he black?
For us white guys...
Why wasn't he black?
For us white guys, we didn't even know he was black.
I remember, on the animated series, when they had, you remember.
No. Never heard anything about
Oh, why can't I remember that? Action!
Spider-Man, the Hulk, Thor, Captain America even. I know a little bit of the backstory, but...
The Justice
League. The Green
League.
Lantern? Maybe
that was named.
Maybe
when they had the animated
black,
series, I followed that, and the Green Lantern, he was a black guy on the Justice League when they had that.
I don't want to throw discrimination here, but it's possible that he might have never been that popular because he was, a black character.
I just think Hollywood did not want a black actor to play that part. That's just how I feel.
No, that's not
I'm
true.
not saying they could have been racist. I'm just saying.
No, I don't think that's true because they needed.
Why not stick to the original storyline?
They could have got a new actor, but the perfect
black.
actor would have been Will Smith.
I was just gonna say it probably would have been Will Smith.
He's too old now.
He's not too old. Well, he is getting there. I can't lie. He is getting there. He's got the little salt and pepper.
That's probably the only reason why he didn't win the part.
They could have found somebody. We got some decent young black actors out there. Maybe some of them aren't good for action.
As Charles Barkley would tell you, there is no decent black actors unless they're doing comedy. And he's upset because no black actors want to do anything else but comedy.
That is a lie.
That's what Charles Barkley said.
Charles Barkley is an ass then.
He did say this years ago, though.
Yeah, he probably did.
So
I think we've evolved some, as far as, the black
since 3
actors and actresses.
3 years ago you've evolved? I don't think so.
Shut your mouth.
I think Charles Barkley's an idiot. But... But anyway, I'm not going to get into that because I am a Sixers fan. He did used to play for my team.
Back to the original question. Basically, anybody who's followed along with the comic and maybe watched the animated series with Green Lantern like Justice League, will they appreciate this movie? Because I know with X-Men franchise, with the movies, that was one of the complaints where people were like, what's going on here with the storyline? Why are they doing this and that? This isn't sticking to what happened in the comic books.
But people still watched it, and it still made money.
That's true.
And that's the reason why it's on its 5th freaking movie.
True that.
And those people still watch those daggone movies anyway. So the answer to your question is, I don't know.
Well, when you're a loyal fan, you will,
That's why I loved Green Lantern, because I had no idea of any of the backstory. I thought it was one of the best comic book movies of all time, personally. For me. It was right up there with Iron Man, which I thought was amazing. And,
Iron Man was kick-ass.
And Superman 1 from the 80s.
Christopher Reeves.
Batman #1 from the 80s.
Michael Keaton, baby! The original, always in my heart.
And if you tell me Michael Keaton can't play any role except for Michael Keaton, you're an idiot. He's an awesome actor.
He was good in White Noise and Multiplicity.
And Beetlejuice.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Beetlejuice.
With that being said, if you haven't seen Beetlejuice, you're an idiot.
Winona Ryder's in that, too.
Let's talk about the author of the week.
Yeah.
J. Ray. For writing... This Guy Bothering You.
Really awesome story about a bar fight. So, if you like bar fights, definitely read that one. It's pretty good.
Outside of that, my morning story is publishing a book, and we are on our way, trying to get it done. Justine is working overtime, as am I, and we'll see you next week with some more progress, eh?
Hey.
Put that hand on your arm. It's not on your arm.